What's up, guys? Kyle with AKM Tactical. I'm about to take some of my first shots with the P320 post voluntary upgrade program. I haven't shot it yet. These are the first shots out of the gun, so here we go.
This video is brought to you by Gladiator Concealment and S4 Tactical Gear. Links are in the description box below.
Stop!
What's up, guys? It's Michael and Kyle with AKM Tactical. We appreciate y'all watching. We are going to give you guys the final verdict on the SIG P320.
Finally.
Finally. This gun has been through quite the roller coaster of emotions.
P320. I bought this gun, what, almost a year ago. And, you know, I bought it more or less to take it on the channel. It was a gun that I was interested in, and I wanted to give it a shot. Michael, you know, was wanting to get the Canic, and I was wanting to get this and just, you know, have as more or less as a comparison to the Glock 19. It's Glock 19 size, fills the same rolls as a Glock 19.
Capacity is the same.
Capacity,
I mean, yeah. All
so
that.
Same as my Japanese grandmother says. But anyways, when I got the gun, I fell in love with it. It's a freaking shooter. Like, if I can figure out the height of the sights and how to align the sights, which it's different than my Glock 19, so it does take me some time. And me in general, I don't adapt well when I go between guns. I got some strong muscle memory going on. But anyways, if I figure out how to align the sights on this gun, I mean, point of aim, point of impact. I do not shoot this gun low and left, which I guess I shoot my Glocks a little bit left, but that's all me. I mean, it's a freaking one hole puncher, you know. But then, somebody smacked the gun in the back, or dropped that mug on its back, and it went off. So, then, you know, all of a sudden, not only was it not safe, it became a liability for me to carry. Knowing that it had a problem and carrying it, if something ever did happen, I felt like if I didn't send it off to the factory, it was a liability legally for me.
People drop guns all the time. You know, it is very possible in a gunfight or whatever, tangled up trying to get the gun out, and you drop it. I mean, it can happen. It could happen.
Or, you know, what if you got into a hot spot and had to go take a doo-doo at Academy or something,
and you dropped, yeah,
and you're trying to get your holster off, which some of you, you know, we have a video on that. But, you know, what if it, you know, what if you in the holster, not unholstering it, not unsafe? What if, you know, the gun tipped over like that and it fell? So
there's a lot of different scenarios.
Probably would not happen in my lifetime.
But it could.
But it could. So anyways, I wanted to make sure I got it sent off and I got it fixed. The only noticeable difference, guys, is that whenever I would dry fire it before, I could almost reset it. Now, I wouldn't reset the striker, but there would be a little click in the trigger, and then you could fire again. And
a little click. The striker wasn't falling or anything, but it was just a click. Every time you press the trigger, it was a click.
And it wasn't the exact same as the original trigger pull, but it was, honestly, it was kind of nice for dry fire practice, because I could at least do a reset every time, you know, click and then reset and then click. But anyways, we put several hundred rounds to it today. I made a liar out of myself. I said I was going to put 500 through it. And after about 300 or so, it was so freaking boringly reliable, I was like, I'm not even worried about this.
Yeah.
We fed it steel case, we fed it nice brass, and it didn't matter. It ran like a top.
You know, and that was one thing about that gun. Reliability was never an issue with it. The main thing we wanted to see was that the trigger was going to be at least as good as it was. You know, that was the main thing. I didn't know the difference. You know, it didn't feel any different to me than it did before you sent it off.
Yeah.
You know, the trigger, and I might be wrong about this, but the trigger looks a little different to me. The actual trigger shoe looks a little thinner. Maybe that's just what
it might be.
The part that they put in it just was different, but it didn't change the way that it functioned. The trigger press felt the same. You know, the reset felt really about the same. I didn't really notice any difference, and that's a good thing. That's what we wanted.
And honestly, guys, I didn't even ask them what they were going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted to be covered, you know, and that's why I sent it off. So, you know, I've been dying to get this gun back, and honestly, I really want to carry it. Like, I hate having guns that I can't use. I don't own any Safe Queens. All the guns that I have serve a purpose, and it just irked my insides that I could not carry this gun. So I'm glad to have it back. It's a freaking shooter, and you know, like I said, I got to work on my draw and my presentation to get that sight alignment just right. But once I figure that out, because the grip angle's different than a Glock, you know. So, you know, figuring out the height of the sights and how to align them just right takes some time. And I knew that from last time, but I've been shooting my Glock so much, my Glock 19 and my Glock 26, that, you know, this thing, once they did the little recall on it, yeah. I mean, it got put away. We went out with it today, and, you know, when I picked it up and started shooting it, it felt like I never stopped shooting it. You know, yeah. I was ringing steel at 40 yards with it. You know, we brought it out to 50, and doggone it, we didn't even film at 50.
No, and I mean, I was making a couple of hits at 50, but the gun just is a really good, well shooting gun. You know, it's very comfortable. It's not, you know, I had said before in our original review of it, or our initial thoughts of it, I may not say anything on video about it, but the little slide lock, slide release, whatever you want to call it, to me it stuck out a little bit, and it kind of got in that meaty part of my hand, and all I did is just adjust my grip just a little bit, and I take my thumb and ride it on top of that takedown lever, and it presses down back here in the back, and not one time today did I have that bother me like I did before. So that was, you know, that was one thing for me, because when we shot it the first time we got it, we put a lot of rounds. How many rounds we put through this thing that first day?
700.
I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, it was like 700 rounds. And I had raw places from that. Mm-hmm. And I never even felt it today, because I just made that little bit of adjustment. And I was shooting the gun, you know, you'll notice in the B footage, I was shooting the gun really flat. You know, it was tracking well. It was coming right back on target like it was supposed to. This thing is just really awesome. Of course, the sights, these Ameriglow sights, really make a huge difference. I really like these sights a lot. But I'm good with it. I'm sold with it. I'm probably going to end up getting me one before it's all said and done.
It's a good gun, guys. SIG does good work despite, you know, the hiccup that they had with the P320.
Yep.
They make fantastic guns. I mean, so many law enforcement agencies, and you know, now the Army is the Army, right?
Yeah, and I don't know about the Army's versions. I think and I may be wrong on that, but I read somewhere that they're having a little hiccups out of it, maybe, but. That might have been a false news source. That might have been some fake news going on.
Fake news.
But I know with this particular gun, once we got it back, it's, you know.
Guys, when they sent it to me from the factory, there's so much freaking grease on this gun. I'm still. You see all that right there?
Yeah.
On the extractor. I mean, I've got to take this mug down and give it a good wipe down, and then do my own, you know, lube and clean job on it.
But I like it.
You see that too?
Yeah, I see it.
You see how raw that is right there?
I like it. I think they fixed it, and I think we might have us a winner here.
I know it's definitely a shooter. There ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt about it. I was just exaggerating my country accent there. So I might send it off, guys, and get like a Cerakote job on it once this frame wears down a little bit. Because I do see a little bit of wear. You see that there?
Mm-hmm.
Just from carrying it. So I might send this off and I don't know, man. I might tactical it out, which I don't normally do with my guns, but I thought that a multi-cam black Cerakote job would look pretty good on it. What you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe in the future. No need to cut this gun anywhere. It's got the forward cocking serrations that I like. The rear serrations are really good. I guess you could get a, you know, the slide could stand to be a little bit lighter, but yeah. Roll with it, man. It's a shooter, so I'm pleased. Came back from the factory, ran like a champ today, so this will be in the carry rotation.
Yeah. You got anything else on it, man?
Negative Ghost Rider.
Guys, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them in the comment section below, or you can always jump over to the Facebook page. We always get into a more in-depth conversation there. We will also provide links to all of our social media outlets and sponsors and affiliates in the description box below. Anyways, guys, we appreciate y'all watching, and y'all be safe.